On the news this morning, Governor Soludo commends contributions of Senator Ngige to nation building. Police Officers' Wife Association assures Anambra State Police Command of collaboration to achieve goals. 1 killed as gunmen attack Plateau traders. And from faraway Africa, Niger coup plotters appoint economist new prime minister. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning and welcome to the news. My name is Uche Chukwu Ebonam. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has congratulated former governor of Anambra State, Dr. Chris Ngige, on the occasion of his 71st birthday anniversary. Dr. Chris Ngige was the former governor of Anambra State from May 29, 2003 to March 17, 2006, and was immediate past Minister of Labor and Productivity and a former Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The governor described Dr. Ngige as a worthy son of Anambra State whose legacy of steadfast service to the nation and humanity are deserving of commendation. Governor Soludo also noted that the former governor's contributions to the development of Anambra State remain equally commendable. A release signed by his press secretary, Mr. Christian Aburime, the governor wished him long life and good health as he celebrates his birthday. Anambra State Deputy Governor Dr. Onyeka Chukwuibezim has called the mothers to use this year's August meeting to deliberate on how best to contribute towards development and progress of society. The Deputy Governor gave the advice at Mbauku, Okasa local government area while speaking on the essence of August's meeting. Government House correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo tells us more.
Governor Ibezim, who described mothers as one of the major pillars of the society, said that it is necessary for them to use this year's meeting to deliberate on how to help solve some of the challenges presently confronting the society, especially in the areas of moral decadence, poor child upbringing, among others. Dr. Ibezim urged mothers to be alive to their responsibility as character molders, home builders, and backbones of the society to save it from further decay. The Deputy Governor advised mothers in Anambra State to encourage their children and wards to key into the skill acquisition trainings provided for youths in the state by the Professor Chukwuma Soludo-led administration and become self-reliant. Deputy Governor Ibezim further asked mothers to discourage their children and wards from indulging in crime and criminality and to teach them that crimes do not pay but destroys in order to make the society a better place to live in.
This is quite emulative, so we are advising their mother, please. Mothers should emulate from what we are doing now. The governor has flagged up this in various places. If it is not in your community, then it is nearby. So we advise, let them make it an August meeting topic.
From Mbuku in Awka South local government area, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo reporting for ABS News.
Executive members of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations (NIPR) Anambra State chapter has paid a courtesy call on the managing director of Anambra Broadcasting Service, Chido Obidiegwu, to seek his support and collaboration ahead of its council election. The visit, according to the chapter, was to discuss potential collaboration with the ABS for the mutual interest of the council and society at large. Members of the institute was led on a visit by the chairperson of the chapter, Professor Angela Nwamwo.
Speaking during the visit, Professor Nwamwo said that the essence of the visit was to solicit support of the ABS ahead of their oncoming council election, describing the media outfit as a veritable platform in reaching out to the people at the grassroots. Professor Nwamwo emphasized the value of ABS support in the election process and in aligning the interests of the local populace with the council's commitment for a better society.
The council election coming up on the 24th of August 2023, in which our own Amazon, Professor Kate Azuka Omenora, will be coming out to contest with other people from almost all the 36 states of the Federation, including LCT, okay, as the council member of NIPR. So we want you to use those platforms in helping us to market her and solicit for the votes of many people who will be coming to Abuja for that AGM.
One of the candidates in the election and immediate past commissioner for education in Anambra State, Professor Kate Omenoha, said that her vision for the state encompasses critical areas such as infrastructural enhancement, education, healthcare, and environmental sustainability. Professor Omenoha said that the council election will serve as a cornerstone for Anambra State governance structure in keying into Governor Chukwuma Soludo's initiative while calling for support from ABS, the Anambra, and Nigeria in the council election.
Is to ask for your commitment for this AGM coming up in Abuja. However, nobody, absolutely nobody will regret, that they're supporting me. So part of my aspiration to be a council member is to give me that leverage and that visibility and that connection and to be able to do something for our state, just like any NIP or Anambra chapter. This, give you that kind of aggressive coverage that we need to let other people, because this is about the whole Nigeria, it's not just about Anambra State. Yes. You can say, well, I've conquered Anambra State perhaps, but what about other states? You need to reach out, you need to have the government position about my candidature, you need to tell them, you know me well enough, you know me well enough to say who I am and be able to tell people this is the right person for the job.
Responding, Sachido assured the visitors of his support and described Professor Omenoha as a woman of substance who he believes will make a great representative in the council, while charging the Nigeria Institute of Public Relations to use their offices creditably in disseminating the achievements of Soludo's administration, and prayed for a smooth and successful transition of leadership in NIPR.
So I give you my commitment and the commitment of ABS that we are with you all through and through. But one thing is that one thing about public relations practice is that you speak the truth. Who would compete with you there, because you have it all. So we don't have any choice than to support you.
The Nigeria Institute of Public Relations Council election is scheduled to hold on the 24th of this month in Abuja. In Oka, Blessing Dennis, ABS.
The Anambra State Chapter of Police Officers' Wives Association, POA, has assured Anambra Police Commissioner Deremi Adoye of support and collaboration in tackling security challenges. The chairperson of the association, Mrs. Bolanle Adoye, gave the assurance when she led POA executive on a courtesy visit to the State Commissioner of Police at the command headquarters, Amobia. The chairperson, who congratulated the commissioner on his post in Anambra, pledged the support of POA in tackling the security challenges facing the state. The chairperson intimated the Commissioner of Police of the need to make POA vocational center functional with a view to equipping women in the state with vocational skills to earn a living. Responding, the Commissioner of Police, CP Adeoye, expressed gratitude to the association for the visit and assured that the command will support POA in ensuring that the facility is maximally utilized for benefit of society. He enjoined POA members to provide needed succor at home for their husbands to enable them excel at their job for providing security for the people of Anambra State. One person has been confirmed dead after gunmen attacked some traders from a market in Plateau State. According to the information gathered, the incident happened in the Haiping community, Barking local government area of the state. The National Publicity Secretary of the Baron Youth Mothers Association, Rang Tianwong, who confirmed the killing, said another person also sustained gunshot injury during the attack. Condemning the attack, Tianwong said the action of the killers was unprovoked and unacceptable, particularly coming at a time when the people had put behind them incidents of the past to work with the government to ensure lasting peace in their communities. Efforts to get the spokesman for the Plateau State Police Command, Alabo Alfred, to speak on the incident proved abortive, as his phone line indicated that it was switched off when contacted by our correspondent. Nearly 2 weeks after military took over power in Niger, the coup plotters have named former Economy Minister Ali Mohamed Lamine Zain as the country's new Prime Minister. A spokesman for the military junta made an announcement on television. Lamine Zain was formerly the Minister of Economy and Finance for several years in the cabinet of then President Mamadou Tanja, who was ousted in 2010, and most recently worked as an economist for the African Development Bank and Chart, according to a Nigerian media report. At the end of July, the military ousted the democratically elected President Mohamed Bazoum and suspended the constitution in the country of 26 million inhabitants. Under Bazoum, Niger had been one of the last strategic partners of the West in the fight against the advance of Islamist terrorists in the Sahel. An ultimatum from the economic community of West African states to the coup plotters to reinstate Bazoum expired over the weekend. From the world of sports, Nigerian football fans have asked the Nigerian Football Federation to retain Super Falcons coach Randy Waldron, regardless of the Americans' reported soured relationship with the federation after he led the team to the round of 16 of the Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. The Falcons bowed out of the tournament on Monday, losing 4-2 in penalties against 10 Women England after playing out a goalless draw in 120 minutes in Brisbane. He also expressed his interest to stay with the Falcons after the game. Waldron was appointed as Falcons coach in 2020 and led the team to the 2022 Women's African Cup of Nations and the 2023 Women's World Cup. After 3 years in charge, his relationship with his employers became frosty during preparations for the Women's World Cup, with the coach reportedly denied his preferred assistant to the Mondial. The American, who was only paid just 7 months of his 14 months and unpaid salary on the eve of the trip to Australia, questioned the federation over the $960,000 World Cup handed the federation by FIFA. The NFF spokesperson Ademola Olajire lashed out at the coach over the selection of players for the World Cup, labeling him an incompetent loudmouth. Before we go, remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS TV from any parts of the world by liking our Facebook page at Anambra Broadcasting Service. You can also join our YouTube channel on ABS Television. Okay. You can tweet us at ABS Radio TV. We are on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. Now the main points that made the news again this morning. Governor Soludo has commended contributions of Senator Ngige to nation building. Police Officers' Wife Association has assured Anambra State Police Command of collaboration to achieve goals. One killed as gunmen attacked Plateau traders. And finally, we told you that Niger coup plotters have appointed economics new prime minister. Before the news in detail, here is a special. Before the end of the news, here's a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. That's all in the news this morning. My name is Uchechukwu Ibonam. Be good.